accepts me unconditionally, even though I still keep making mistakes that I don't want to make, and I do it anyway, and he still accepts me. He still accepts me even though by nature I'm on the outside, and he invites me in. He accepts me. He knows that I can change because he's the one that brought that change about. So what if we did those things in our own friendships? Christ accepted you, so accept one another. Accept one another. And the verse goes on, and when you do that, you bring honor to Christ. You bring honor to Christ, you bring honor to God, because people aren't used to that. And when you treat someone with unconditional love and unconditional acceptance, it gives this little bit of a crack for you to talk about the God that you know, that loved you and accepted you that way. And you have the opportunity to share that that's why you're accepting the other person. And then you've got a friendship that's going to build and grow, and to do that, it's worth it. Okay, look at the list you wrote. You can do those things. It's worth it. But you got to start with Jesus. And here's why. By nature, we're self-centered, right? Which means we're not loving by nature. We love others because God first loved us and then shows us how to love. We're not accepting by nature either. But those differences we started out talking about this morning, they make us like frustrated and irritated, right? We don't accept them. Not by nature. We're accepting because Christ first accepts us. And then he comes alongside of us and he says, here, let me change you to be like me. Let me help you accept others like I've already accepted you. And that's what Jesus does. He comes alongside of us, and when you have a relationship with Jesus, he works in you to make you more like him. Now, if you don't have that sort of friendship with Jesus, guys, today is a really good day to start. If you do, then what you do is, and I saw some nods during the service today, you're in those places where you got some friendships that are really hard to work through, and you know you should be accepting, but you're struggling to do that. Well, ask Jesus to help you. Come alongside and say, Jesus, you've shown me the way, now help me to do this. And kids, maybe, here's where it starts. Kids, maybe it's things like, maybe you start by accepting that little quirk in your brother or sister that drives you crazy, and you say, you know what? I'm not going to let it drive me crazy. I'm going to accept it anyway. Maybe it means that you invite someone onto your team that nobody else is, or you invite them into your circle when nobody else is, or you take the first move there. Maybe that's a good place to start. Maybe you invite them to come to your house to play. Adults, well, you can fill in your own blank. Maybe you start at home with those little quirks in your spouse that you're like, oh, that's driving me crazy, and you learn to accept it anyway, even if they're not going to change. And if you can do it at home, then you can start taking it out to work. Right? Start with those steps. And again, who are you going to partner up with? I asked you that question last week. I'm going to ask you it again. Who are you going to partner up with? Saul didn't get this right away, but he made friends with Barnabas, or Barnabas made friends with him. And as Barnabas made friends with him, they came alongside each other, and Saul learned from Barnabas how to be accepting of other people. This friendship thing is really hard. God never intended that we do it alone. So who are you going to partner up with that's going to help you do that? And then you're going to come back next week as we do the next step. We've kind of been building on these. Love one another, even when it's hard. Accept one another, even when others don't. Next week, we're going to talk about how friends forgive one another, even when they don't feel like it.